Good morning, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to session number 734 of Empowering Morning Conversations. And as you know, Empowering Morning Conversations is meant to allow us to be able to create a life of ease and joy and glory. And we do whatever we can to give us tools, distinctions, and then we have conversations so that we can get out of our default mode and live a transformed life and live a life of ease, joy, and glory. And today we have something very, very interesting for you. And what it's going to be, I will allow my dear friend whom I'm going to introduce. I'm going to introduce to you my friend Ravi Bhandari. He's also a very old friend like Gaurav Paul. I've known him for years and years and years. When I was running Landmark Center in Delhi, he was a very close associate and an assistant. He's a chartered accountant and gone deeply into certain healing modalities, which he's a part of. And today he's going to talk about that. So please welcome my dear friend Ravi Bhandari.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much, Sukdeepak. Am I audible?
Yes. You are, but not very visible.
Yeah, there's some problem with this camera, so that's fine.
It seems like you're being teleported.
So long as you can hear me.
He's using that, aura about his energy and all that. So good, go over to you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sukdeepak.
So he can remove his background, sir, so we can see him.
Okay, remove the background. Then listen, it will be too much of a tutorial to tell him how to remove it. So let him talk.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you so
much. Come
much.
a little forward, then your face is visible.
Okay, is this better?
Yes, very much.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for coming here and for giving me a chance to share what is possible from the work that I am doing. Before I start, I just want to spend a minute acknowledging Sukdeepak. In my younger days, I was regarded to be some sort of a tyrant, and so much so that my loved ones my close friends used to say, if you're having a discussion about something, they would say, sorry, we talked about it. Whatever you say is correct. Let's close the chapter over here. And, at some level, I used to feel good about it. And, that was my image. And that's what I thought about myself. And my life went on. And then I was doing a program which Sukdeepak was leading. And in the program, he said something about, and you should bring love in here. And suddenly my antennas went up and I said, love, Sukdeepak, what do you mean by love? Do you mean this? Do you mean this? Could it be this? In this circumstance, would it be applicable and all of that? And I had this big spleen and I felt really triumphant that I had managed to do my number again. And Sukdeepak just looked at my face for a split second, didn't react and said, Ravi, don't understand it, get it. And something shifted for me that moment. And that tyrant, that self-righteous person, the guy who asserted himself all the time, just paled into the background. And somebody who was able to connect with other people, hear them, listen, get to know what they were really trying to say, emerged. And for this, Sukdeepak, I really want to acknowledge you. And I've acknowledged you so many times, and doing it once more will only reinforce the gratitude I have in my heart for the work that you've done with me. So thank you ever so much for that.
You're welcome, Ravi.
And another thing that I really got inspired by from Sukdeepak was he took on at one point contributing into people's lives. And I used to say, yeah, I also contribute and, life is fine. And he was the center manager and I was just one pipsqueak who had been there a few days. And one day we were talking and he said, I've run out of people to contribute to from my own circle. So I said, so he said, now I pick up people on my way home from work and on my way into work and I contribute into their lives. And at that point, I saw for myself the difference between where I was standing in my life and in my journey of contribution and where Sukhdeepak was standing. And I'm sure he's doing some version of this for each of us here. But again, Sukhdeepak, thank you so much for what you are and what you provide for all of us. So I've just put down for myself a little conversation I want to share with you. So I want to talk about what we are calling transformation. What is transformation and how do we use it? So what I want to say is that normally in our lives, we move to fulfill some requirement we have or to run away from pain. And our life is about that. I'm feeling hungry. I want to eat food. I'll go and eat food. And, oh, this one is going to come and shout at me. So let me do what he wants me to do and avoid the pain. And we are living in that paradigm. And when I thought about it, we have an option of living in a completely different way, in a transformed way. And we can address issues that are outside of this paradigm and empower ourselves to be who we are, to create a more fulfilling and satisfying life. So I've just written out a few things that I want to share. When I looked at my life, I looked at the different segments of my life, and I saw there were relationships, there were finances, there was career, business, there was a desire for accomplishment, there was health issues, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and there was an aspect of fulfillment, there was an aspect of spiritual journey. And I saw that when I was living what I might call, when there were negativity there in any of these dimensions, what I created was some sort of limitation, some sort of struggle, some sort of failure, an experience being unsuccessful, inadequate, not good enough. There was a condition of being unfulfilled. There was lack of harmony. There was ill health, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And there was a condition of lacking and shortages. And when I created what we consider a positive aspect of in that dimension, I was in a condition of being expanded. There was ease, there was success, there was fulfillment, there was harmony, there was health, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, and there was a condition of abundance. So then I looked at how do I manifest each of these in the different domains. And what I found was that, supposing I say that whatever I have manifested in my life, I call that matter. And then I look at what created that manifestation. And what I got was energy. Energy controls matter. If I look at the realm of health, then if I have pain in my shoulders, I can go to an energy healer with Reiki, pranic healing, acupressure, or some version of that, and get myself healed. So energy controls matter. The question that I asked myself was, what controls energy? What I got was, the mind controls energy. So when I'm visualizing positiveness, I'm visualizing good things, visualizing people are friends, then the energy is positive and what I create is positive. So my mind creates energy or deals with energy, which actually creates the manifestation that I have. I then asked myself, what controls my mind? And what I got was, it's the heart. Right? What does that mean? So the mind has beliefs, positive beliefs, negative beliefs, attitudes. right? And the heart has attitudes. So if my heart is saying, I don't like English people, and my mind says, if you don't deal with them, you can't get any work done, I will end up doing what I need to do, stretch myself to get some work done. But ultimately, I'll still go back into the domain of my heart. I'll not be able to create that oneness. Heart controls the mind, which controls the energy, which controls the matter, what I manifest. The question then happens is, what controls the heart? And I began to sense that there is something like a higher self, maybe the soul, maybe, a godly part of me that affects my heart, my mind, my energy, and the matter, my manifestation. And Master Shah, the great being who introduced us to this work, he said that heal the soul first, heal that higher self first, and the healing of the heart, mind, energy, and the matter will happen on its own. So suddenly from struggling that where is the blockage? I'm earning money, but I'm not feeling fulfilled, or I'm doing all the work and I'm not earning the money, I'm not getting the recognition. There is some blockage somewhere. What is the blockage? What do I need to transform? I would be in that place. But when I started doing this work, heal the soul first, and the healing of the heart, mind, and energy and matter will follow. Then many things started changing. I want to share with you an example of what shifted for me. So at one stage, I was struggling with finances. I would do a lot of work and the money would just not come in. And when I started doing, heal the soul first, okay, so let me heal the soul of my finances and let me move on. When I started doing all that, suddenly I got an insight one day. And the insight was that I'm asking for money, but for what? And the reason I'm asking for money is to establish myself, to get respect, right? And then I realized that money had a different role to play. It had a role of facilitating things that I needed. Not a bad thing, very good thing. But the reason why I was looking for it was kind of not so okay. And with this, my relationship with money altered. And suddenly I found people coming in to work with me, and they would leave the money in my house. And they say, you're not taking enough money, take it for this work that you're doing. So my experience of lack, of struggling for money, with money, all of that altered completely because of my understanding of this new understanding that came in. And my relationship with money altered. I started focusing on contributing into their lives, which is my inner calling. So that's a little bit of what my journey has taught me. And I've got with me today, one more thing. I also realized in this journey that the journey of the soul, that higher part, is supreme. And when you are doing something which is not consistent with that, it's like the managing director just takes the plug out of the socket and you can keep on making the noises you want to make and nothing will move for you. So it becomes like that. So to be in alignment with that part of ourselves and express ourselves is something that became very important to me. So that's a little bit about the theory of what is possible from here. And we've got with us Master Dheeraj, who is, who's a master teacher. And he will actually come in and answer some questions for us and also give us a demonstration and experience of what we can expect to get from adding this dimension to the transformational dimension that we currently have.
Okay,
so,
is there a name for the modality that you all are talking about?
Sorry?
Okay, that's fine. So very warm welcome to you, Master Dheeraj. We are quite privileged to have you here. So you may kindly mute yourself so that you can then start talk. Unmute yourself. Welcome.
Thank you for allowing me to be with all of you. It was a great joy to listen and be here with all of you. Early morning, it's making everyone's day together as we are in this group where everyone is looking for getting uplifted further. And thank you, Sukhdeepa, for this initiative. And I was quite amazed and happy that you are doing 734, you said, I think, today's session, right? Wonderful. Thank you, Ravi, for the brief introduction. And as Ravi was talking about how we can pitch in and our inner self be active and bring the transformation, which is the way of manifestation, working on the information level first or the higher level first, which you were talking about, and then bring the transformation for our heart, which is actually the key where our mind actually get the messages and start working with. We realize or don't realize either. And then from there, the energy moves. And then the things in the physical realm we see, they shift. That's the manifestation way. That's how the things are happening at the deeper level. Other levels, we may unconsciously also sometimes we deal with that, like which you call as a way of working too much of mindfully. That's absolutely okay. It works wonderfully. It is very, very powerful. Now it's a different level altogether. So as Ravi was saying that we can have a demonstration, that would be, I think we can have any physical or any emotional pain at this moment, we can address that. So that would be like if any of you are facing any challenge at this moment physically, especially the pain level one or the emotionally, so you can put up your request and then we can talk about how is it after 5 minutes. Then that would be a demonstration for all. And yes, I don't know, Sukhdeepa, which is the way to talk about if somebody is having, or they can type in the message chat box.
Just give me a second. Priya, I would suggest that you take up this offer. Raise your hand. Do you want them to speak?
It's entirely up to you. We do not know how much time do we have, but yes,
No.
if
What I'm
they
saying
want.
is, if somebody wants to benefit from what you're just saying, do you want them to speak or do you want them to write a message on the chat? Let them speak.
Both ways are okay, and if they wish, that will be wonderful. Somebody just want to write it down, that's also okay. And everyone present here, those who wish to experience that, is open to all. So I don't have to go one by one. That's wonderful thing about this. Everyone can be covered in one 5 to 10 minute session.
Okay.
So please, Sukhdeep, you take a call whether if they're going to speak.
You do it in general. I think what we will ask them to do is, आपको प्रिया जी कुछ बोलना नहीं है. अगर बोलना है तो बोलो आपकी इशू क्या है.
Absolutely, she can speak also if she wants to speak. Yes.
अभी आपके साथ जो बीत रही है ना जिंदगी में.
हाँ जी.
Of course, you are developed quite a bit, but जो भी चीज अभी भी अटकी हुई है आपके लिए, like relationship with who, with your dad or your career, whatever it is, you just share that. And while Dheeraj Bhai is working with you, others can take that issue, I think, and keep it in their mind or something. And
if they write it down, that will be great, so that we are knowing that, okay, if it is a physical one, if it's a pain level, let's, for example, somebody says my backache, my shoulder, if it's a pain level, we can say, I think Hasina ji is saying something like that. So yes, if it is too much, you can say on the level of 1 to 10, so that you can gauge yourself how much it was before and how much is it now. Okay. And even emotionally, somebody can say, I'm in the session, but I still feel that little bit depressed. Even for the depression, we can make out if I am okay, no depression at all, it is 0. It is depression, we can make it out. It's too much, it will be 10 is the maximum. 0 is nothing, 0 healthy condition. So you can write down that one. And Hasina ji, yes, if you wish to speak, please speak it out. You have raised 2-3 times the hand.
Yeah, I have a severe backache.
Okay. And if we talk about the level of that backache, how much it will be? 0 to 10. 0 is absolutely healthy condition, 10 is the maximum.
About 8.
8, okay. So that's perfect example. and some
Gaurav Paul says
Sir,
that his right side, right sole of his foot aches every morning. Vipin Sareen is writing that my left hand trembles nowadays. Okay, so I think let's not give everybody a chance to speak. We would have time enough, right? If you don't mind. So can we get going on this?
perfect.
Priya wants to say something. Okay.
so there's no body ache anywhere right now, but sometimes it's come near the jaw or at the back. So like cervical types. But emotionally,
Emotional की बात करो आप.
yes, emotionally there's a lot of pain sometimes doesn't go. It's like sometimes I'm very high on emotional and sometimes very low to come out of it, and it can take around 5 to 6 days to come.
Okay, I'll speak a little bit further more about emotions sometimes as about emotion also. We can generalize that one. Okay, a lot of emotion turmoil is going on. Furthermore, if you want to indicate what kind of emotion, it could be too much of anger, irritation, depression, anxiety, worry, grief, sadness, fear. So these are few examples. So when we go deeper and then we can realize, oh no, I was saying emotion, but it is a lot of fear is there. Other time, no, it is worry which is impacting me a lot. So you can be focused more also, which kind of emotion is troubling you a lot.
It's more of anger, I'll say, that I'm doing a lot and it's still not working out. Be it in career, be it in relationship, it is not working. And then it results out in a lot of crying and sadness. Like, just want to give it up.
Okay, perfect. So you can keep that number in your mind also, whichever number you give it to yourself at this moment, 0 to 10. So everyone, whoever has written your request, please go ahead that. And so Deepak ji, you must be having the messages, so you know all.
Yes.
So everyone, one request that please close your eyes as we are working on our higher self now, means changing the negative message or the message which is not appropriate for that request at the highest level. When that message shifts, as we say in an organization or a company, when the boss gives the orders or the chief gives the orders, others have to follow them. It is in that way, manifestation till all the levels of that organization. Same way for us. In that very aspect, whatever request you have made, one specific appropriate one, all those who are present. So I would open up to this. So Deepak ji, please correct me if I understood well that Ravi ji told me that some of the guys would be watching this session later also.
Yes, on YouTube.
Okay, so whoever will watch this session first time, and if they make the request, they will also get one-time blessing only. So even if you are watching the repeat one, the blessing will be there for one time only, or the working on their higher self in this way. So even if they miss right now joining, they still get the benefit if they watch it one time after this. So close your eyes, everyone, as I requested before, and be ready. Whatever is most appropriate at this moment for your request, for your issue. Appropriate transformative message or the blessing for one specific, not generalized one specific appropriate request. That blessing starts now for next few minutes or moments, whatever the higher self decides. Starts now. So you may hear some sound or some whatever the music coming up. It's all part of this transformative session or blessing session. And gently and slowly in our hearts, minds, soul, with our eyes closed still, we thank that higher power with whichever name you feel connected, with whichever name you feel that you address them and you feel more relaxed and comfortable, whether you call it a name of any god or any saint or any prophet or any guru or any whoever or just the universe, in whichever way you address, you recognize, you acknowledge, thank or thank them all the names, all the forms in different ways. And thank yourself for your own presence and your commitment on your journey to transformation. And we thank definitely to beloved Sutipaji and giving us this opportunity to be together and offer this service. Thank you, Ravi, for doing the introduction and making this available to all of those who are present here today. Thank you. Thank you. Gently rub your palms, massage your face, now open your eyes. Thank you. And if anyone wish to share, if you have anything to share, you can. Else, please, Sukhdeep, you can continue with whatever is your plan to continue the session for today. And before I mute myself, as this higher self, this information is not just for the physical or emotion. One can work the mind level, mind issues. One can work with relationships, as Sutiboji was saying to someone here, relationship issues. Some can work on finances and every aspect of life, because every aspect of life is led by some information behind that, which is the higher self, or in the different ways we call that. So thank you so much for this opportunity. If anyone has to share anything, please go ahead. Sutiboji, please take over. Yeah.
Please stay. Thank you, Master Dheeraj, and kindly stay for a few minutes because people might want to share what they feel now and they may want to ask a few questions. We have time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Vipanji, go ahead.
I had a feeling of flow of energy in my left hand, where I'm feeling this trembling. So this was the feeling I got.
Perfect. Thank you. So, okay, please do share. And if somebody has the question, keep asking that also. This was an experience he shared. That's absolutely okay. What is happening? Like what he meant was like, when just with this one, because it went up to a deeper layer, started changing. So if you feel something changing, if you're sensitive enough, some transformation, even on the physical level, you are able to feel is sensitive enough. It means your body is sensitive. You're able to feel some transformation happening in that part which was required, and you're able to feel it. Thank you for sharing that experience. Thank you for asking. Yes, please. Other one.
Priya, go ahead.
So here in this frontal area, it's very calm, and it's like some elements are moving, but whatever is happening, I'm just enjoying it. It's very calm.
Perfect. So I forgot to ask even Mr. Vipin, Priya, what was your level of whatever your request was? I'm not going in that one. Level 0 to 10. How much did you put and how much you feel now?
I put it at 8. Now it has reduced to 5.
Okay, perfect. Mr.
It
Vipin,
was
what
level
was?
2 because it's the beginning. So I can't tell you because it's a crumbling of hand. So I cannot tell you the change, but the feeling of the effect of flow of energy was there.
Perfect. So that was, now we are able to realize that his request was that, and he was able to feel some changes happening in that area. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, Kasa, please go ahead. Kasa, can you hear?
Yes, sir. One thing what I desire is, abundance with awareness. And of late, the energies are quite, high, and it is with the session, it is still more. It's still growing. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Gaurav, Paul, do you want to say anything?
It was a very calming exercise. I can't feel the pain so much because it's better.
जब
As
तुम
in,
बात कर रहे होते हैं ना, तुम अंदर अभी 2 बार तुमने एक चम्मच खड़काया, टिंग, 2 बार हुआ सर.
okay, but overall, it was a great experience going through the exercise. Thank you, Dheeraj ji.
Thank you, Mr. Gaurav, for sharing your experience.
All right. So any questions, anybody? Otherwise, we need to move on now.
Sukhdeep, can I take 2 minutes more?
Certainly.
That's fine. Yeah. Thank you. Master, so what we've just experienced is the experience of the soul or the higher self healing the body. Now, in my experience, I've felt sometimes there's a misalignment of the heart, mind, and body. The body feels like doing one thing, the heart wants to do something else, the mind is saying something else. And, there's at one level, there's a certain conflict within us. I know I should get up and walk, but I'm feeling sleepy and I say, let's give it a miss today. So is there a way in soul healing that we can align the soul, heart, mind, and body so that our productivity can get higher?
Okay, yes. Thank you, Ravi, for asking this question. Yes, there are ways and there are a few practices as well, in which when somebody is like too much conflict going on, we don't know why it's happening in that way. For example, certain days, even if you want to do something, your heart is certainly saying something and your mind, that is a conflict already. But why that is happening? The message there, which wanted to come and manifest in a certain way, we are coming in between. Sometimes the mind consciously, unconscious, subconscious, something else has to happen. Or in a different times, like we are completely out of the sync of the message which is supposed to be manifested. Maybe the higher self, the universe wants us to be in that way. And we are going in a different way, start feeling too much low in many ways, not only just the energy, but in many ways. So there are ways where we can align with our higher self. Then the alignment of, let's say, which we can call it a soul, heart, mind, and that energy and matter all can be aligned. The life could become much more smoother than what it is. So if the alignment is there in all of these factors, these components of our being, the life could be much better than what we are right now for everyone. Because some or the other time it could be like anything happen, we got angry, anything happen, we got depressed, anything happen, negative thinking starts. So when we start working on our literally the core of ourselves, these are actually the manifestation of what is inside us. So when we start working, and one of the way of that one is, very good question you have asked, is aligning of all of that. That's one of the way. And there are many ways. One of that one is the receiving this kind of higher spiritual blessing we can call, or the transformation of higher self message. Other one there are a few practices which can be developed and talked about. It could be also tailor made for different people. But yes, for general also it's available. So yes, the possibility is there. Thank you for asking this question, Ravi. The possibilities are there.
All right. So
Thank you, Master. Thank you.
message for everybody is that if you want to know more about what Master Dheeraj and Ravi and all are doing, it's a very powerful modality which they have not named. So why don't you tell them the name of it also? I mean,
so it was called soul healing, and I thought it was very reflective of what it actually does. It heals the soul, and that soul gives direction and expression in your life.
Absolutely. And I'm so thankful to you and privileged to have you here, Master Dheeraj. See, what we do in the Empowering Morning Conversation is just that. I mean, like mostly we work on mind, body, and emotions. And as a trainer, I've been doing that for years and years. I discovered the element of energy or the spiritual quotient. So the work that you do expand our consciousness, at the level of the soul, which is what we call as energy here. So it's so congruent. And that's why I've been wanting to ask for a long time to Ravi to come. And I'm so thankful that he actually brought you here. So we are like really honored. Thank you. On behalf of everybody here, thank you for the blessing. And I'm just waiting for people to report to me all the miracles that they're going to experience in their life. And I will want to speak with you once about some idea which I got today as we were talking. So it's a very interesting thought. And we'll discuss on that. So thank you very much for being with us. Thank you so much. You can stay on the end if you like, or if you want, you can.
Yeah, thank you for giving this opportunity. It was really a joy and honor to serve in this way. And please, as this session will be going to many more people on YouTube, the one-time blessing or the transformative blessing is available to all. Even if you watch recording, at least the first time you receive, if you make the request. For example, if you watch for the first time, you don't make a request, that's absolutely okay. The second time, but one time request you made, the one time blessing is available to all, irrespective of whenever you watch. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Yes, I'll be there for some more time. If there are any more question, and I'll leave. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Ravi, for making this happen. All right, everybody, is there anything anybody would like to say or share? Vetrivel or anybody else? Priya, will you quickly take us through the mind exercises, please?
Yes, sure, sir. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Ravi sir and Dheeraj sir. And that was awesome. And I'm just experiencing it right now. And let's come on camera and start our mind exercise. So let's give, okay. So now we hold our hands in the upward direction. Let them hang in the air. Don't rest it on anything. Great.
Background.
Yes, thank you.
Remove your background, Priya.
I'll just do it.
Okay.
Great, perfect. Okay, so first one is hand and fist. Hand, fist in upward direction, hand towards the fist. And on count of 10, one will start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
ये हम बोल रहे हैं अभी ये आवाज
Six.
बात में नहीं कर सकती है तू
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Great. So next one is thumb and pinky finger. Yes. Thumb of one hand and pinky finger of another, pointing in the same direction. Yes. And slowly we'll switch. Ravi sir, thumb of one hand and pinky finger of another. Yes. So we'll switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Next one is victory and pistol. Victory pointing towards the screen and pistol towards the victory. And we'll switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Deepak sir, pistol is like this. 2 fingers in perpendicular direction. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Gaurav sir, we need to learn more. Great. Next is the elephant one. We'll clap our hands. And with one hand, we are touching our nose. With another, we're touching our ears. Yes. We'll clap again and repeat for the next another ear. Yes. The hand which with you are touching your ear comes from outside. Yes. 5. Make sure you pinch a little and give time to switch. 7, 8. Gaurav sir, your hand should come from outside. Yes, you clap your hand and then switch. Yes, cool. Babu sir is like perfect in this now. Great. Now we'll switch to our spider exercise. For this, we need our 2 fingers, index one and the middle one. Yes, first place one index finger over another, and then another middle fingers over each other. Okay, like this. Can you see this? Yes, like this when you make a cross, and then from bottom we place our fingers on the top. 1, 2. Your index fingers come from inside and the middle fingers come from outside. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Now we'll move them downwards. So from If your middle fingers are on the top, they'll come down from outside and index fingers will come from inside. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes, great. The next one is the first one. We'll straighten our hands, we'll twist them and make a cross. Hold our hands tightly and bring it towards the front strongly. And then we'll count till 10, starting from a thumb. So let's start counting. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you pick one finger at a time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly keep your hands out and just do a little twist. That's all. Thank you for now. Over to you, sir. So you're on mute.
All right, thank you, everybody. Once again, a very, very, very big thank you to Ravi and to the Master Dheeraj. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning for another episode of Empowering Morning Conversations. So God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Create your day, remember. Get out of the default mode and create. And you watch the miracles happening in your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See you tomorrow. All those who are coming to the book read, please join at 8:30. Thank you. Bye-bye.
God bless
Thank you,
everyone.
Sudeepak. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.